Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. I am going to start sharing my screen. And I just first want to take this time to say thank you. Thank you for taking the time to join me virtually. And I am the trade representative for the regional wholesale distributor for luxury appliances, Sub-Zero, Wolf, Cove, the new dishwasher, ASCO, and Best. And I am hoping that this presentation today will give you some ideas for current projects and future projects and give you a lot of inspiration for your new clients. Hopefully they're all knocking on your doors and calling you and meeting with you virtually. We're going to talk about a lot of different projects from around the world, and it's really nice to see a lot of projects around the world to inspire you, because you can definitely learn from different aspects and different styles from everywhere. So I'm hoping that you will learn a lot and get inspired. I will say I'm going to turn off my video so that you can focus on the slide presentation. And if you can, use the chat area for any questions, comments at any point in time during the presentation, but I'm going to answer any questions at the end and provide my information if you wanted to contact me directly after this. So I also lastly want to just mention that we have a showroom in Columbia, Maryland. And if you've never been, it is worth the drive and I highly recommend it. Also come when we have like the free food and booze, you know, like the wine and beer. We also have soda if you know, water if you don't drink. But you just need an appointment or a reservation with me for you and or your clients. So make sure you contact me for that information. And I'm going to start the presentation and stop my video. And let's get started here. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And we are going to start. If you are needing credit for this course, just know that as always with NARI, you are going to self-report. So just remember that and let's get started. So here we are today talking about a course for all trade professionals, and we're going to look at a lot of award-winning kitchen design professionals throughout this course and what they're saying, most popular forms, functions, styles, what they're seeing from around the world. And I hope that this will give you some ideas and trends to consider for your clients going forward. And if you also want to, you know, have this presentation, it's going to be available for you, and you can refer back to these slides because there's a lot of great detail and a lot of these beautiful images as we go through them. So today's objectives are, we're going to talk about trends in luxury kitchen designs for size and layout. We're going to describe aesthetic trends for different style, materials, and colors in kitchens, and briefly touch base on accessibility and universal design because I did do a whole entire course on that yesterday. And then lastly, talking about cooking and refrigeration trends. And we'll start with the first objective. So we want to talk about what comprises a luxury kitchen and what needs and desires are what clients are looking for. And your talents, your creativity is going to help bring forth the imagination of your clients. So you obviously are hired to help those clients to envision what they may want, to discover the most emergent kitchen design trends. It's very helpful for us to look at all different kitchens as we are going through this course so that we can see a variety of different styles and materials and colors used and see how functionality and style and attractiveness can fit into any kitchen space. According to a latest trend survey, kitchens are still continuing to stay big and becoming even more and more open. Increasingly, the kitchen is not, seen as a separate entity, but part of a larger area for cooking, eating, socializing. And let's think about what's going on today. People are now using this is the possible area for schoolwork, for a home office. So really trying to incorporate this big open space with a lot more functions is going to be up to you. It's making it more creative for the living and working spaces throughout the home. These floor plans really need to be a lot more multifunctional and multi-generational. We are definitely seeing more and more generations living together now, and that is something definitely to bring up and discuss with your clients. Now, even though we are seeing an open space, we also want to talk about how kitchens are becoming more open, and when they are becoming more open with the kitchen as a central element in the house, this architect is quoted saying here that the layout of the cabinetry is definitely geared toward supporting a more open kitchen where there's going to be fewer or no upper cabinets and more open walls, as you can see here in this photo. Some trade professionals really want to get rid of a lot of upper cabinetry, and this also allows for more open windows and that natural light to just shine through. Now, when we are talking about barn and pocket doors, these are a major, major trend. This can be used interior barn and pocket doors. The strategy, of course, is that to open along the plane of a wall rather than swinging to the space of the room, helping to maintain the open concept. That's very important while still offering the option of closing off sections as needed. These are being used even more because of what we were talking about with that work space for children, for the home office. It's really a great design strategy when you want to have it open for cooking and entertaining, but closing it off as needed for schoolwork and work in general. With a lot of people trying to work from home, they're trying to find that new office space. So this might be something to consider for your clients and utilizing this as an option. Now, surveys are also indicating that multiple islands are still very much in high demand. They definitely allow for easier traffic flow in the kitchen, providing multiple places for seating, socializing, entertaining, food prep, a great area for under-counter appliances, and once again, finding that space for workstations for children and adults, not necessarily that desk area, but keep in mind if you have an area that's providing an island for schoolwork or a home office, make sure you are considering the technology that goes with it. For example, hiding a charging station under a countertop, for example. And also to note, island use is based on function and aesthetics. So making sure that your clients are utilizing their different islands and making sure that they are using it for what their needs and their wants are, whether it's for themselves and or visitors. Now, the number of kitchens is also increasing. Of course, it all depends on the space of the home. So these can be very small. They could be, one small, one large. We're used to seeing, a main kitchen and maybe a butler's pantry. There can be a showcase kitchen and a working kitchen. Keep in mind here that a lot of people will still be trying to entertain possibly, or keep in mind for the future for the holidays, but maybe they want to keep the working kitchen and hidden. Maybe they do more cooking with fragrant spices, and maybe having that enclosed or closed off from the main kitchen where everybody is eating might be something to consider. Of course, whatever is important to the client, sometimes they want their guests to be involved in that cooking experience and sometimes they don't, but this is definitely something to discuss with them. Now, more than ever, we are seeing outdoor kitchens just really adding an amazing value to the home. What we want to start off here with, an AIA economist, Kermit Baker, is quoted saying, "Homeowners continue to find new ways to add value to their homes by creating more functional space, which is apparent in the popularity of outdoor kitchens. Kitchens have become a hub for the home. Now homeowners want to bring some of that activity to their outside space." Definitely the outdoor kitchens are on the rise. It can be a very small kitchen outdoors or a very large outdoor space. But really expanding the indoors to the outdoors is something to bring up to your client. It's going to be a great new project for you, adding market value to their home. This is a great way for you to get a new project. And many homeowners, they may not even be considering this. They may not even be aware of all of the outdoor appliances that might be available to them. They may just be used to having a grill. Well, you can have everything from a warming drawer, outdoor refrigeration, outdoor ventilation, and even an outdoor dishwasher. So these days, people are cooking indoors, they might want to bring it outdoors, and it really does not matter what area of the world they live in. Even in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area, we bring up Florida and Arizona, like where they can cook outdoors all year round, but you can definitely enclose a space or semi-enclose a space and have it really be a great all year round type of way to cook. Now, I want to talk briefly about some other luxury features that are in high demand, just to consider for extra areas that are luxury features to discuss are wine storage. We talked briefly about barn and pocket doors, the butler's pantries, and full-size appliances really mean like a separate full-size refrigeration product, a separate full-size freezer. A lot of people right now are, they were stocking up on meat products and freezing them for, well, what if the meat runs out? These people are really considering these larger appliances as well for this purpose. And under-counter appliances, whether it's for beverages or wine. An under-counter beverage type of product is definitely almost a must, where we're seeing these more and more, where it is not so much typically in the kitchen traffic area, more outside of the kitchen traffic area, so that someone can just grab a drink and go. It could be shown here like on the edge of the island, but it could also be in a family room, dining room, just somewhere where people are seated. So definitely keep that in mind. There's a lot of different brands that offer that. Now, we're going to look at some different case studies. This is going to start to look at some award-winning kitchens from around the world. This ancient modern project is in Utah. This home in Utah has modern yet farmhouse feel with the multiple islands, multiple sinks. A variety of different materials are used with the countertops. A lot of great style and function here. And again, if you're missing any of this, if I go through this too quickly, you will have this as an option to refer back to after this presentation. Now, this is a small condo in Brooklyn, New York. This kitchen, shows sleek, clean lines, minimal decor, handleless cabinetry, where you can have like very, I'm sorry, not handleless, the simple D-shaped handles. Your missing, you know, some cabinetry and the upper cabinetry where you see those open shelves to the left. You have hidden ventilation and great lighting. It's funny, in this small space, it's very, very well lit from the really a great vast of lighting opportunities here, but also with the windows enhances this small space, bringing in the natural light. So it really helps to bring this small space to a larger format. Now, this is called The Farm. This is an amazing project, over 50 acres of farmland in Australia. And this project shows, you know, the natural wood and stainless steel and how they complement each other. Lighting and ventilation do not interfere with the amazing views. And you're also seeing another view here, which, when we all love this view, this is just an amazing kitchen where these are, you know, sliding glass doors that definitely take it right from the indoors to the outdoors. So something to keep in mind when you're thinking about all these different styles. And again, you'll be able to refer back to this after our presentation today. We're going to move on to the second objective. Now, trending kitchen styles definitely fall within three categories, as we all know: transitional, contemporary, and traditional, with many subsets within those. So let's talk about that. So contemporary style, you are looking at clean lines, built-in hidden appliances, simple door styles, streamlined hardware, or no hardware at all, as we had seen previously. Traditional, you're definitely going to feel a more warm and classic feel. Muted colors, woods over laminates, moldings on cabinetry and ceilings, hardware with more shape and more detail, and definitely a little bit more ornate than the contemporary style. And then transitional will definitely, you know, as we all know, fall kind of somewhere in between, without too much elaborate detail, definitely not as plain or sleek as contemporary lines. And here, we have a quote from David Armour, the architect, saying, "Stylistically, the trend towards a transitional aesthetic is strong, as many of our clients look to strike a balance between more ornate traditional detailing and the austerity of modern designs." So we're definitely seeing more of the transitional use. We also want to point out here the use of mixed metals in the kitchen, the silver and gold look, also possibly adding copper. These are really fun accents that can be used in any type of style kitchen, with transitional bringing a little bit from both sides, just finding that perfect blend right in the middle for your client. Now, some other emerging styles just to think about are industrial, professional type of look, mid-century modern, and then two different variations on the contemporary look are going to be mountain modern and coastal, where it's really just bringing more of the natural elements from the outdoors indoors. When we talk about color trends, according to a survey for the trade, it is saying that white and gray painted cabinets definitely still dominate the kitchen color schemes and show no signs of really slowing down, especially grays. We are seeing more hints and different shades of blues, navy blues, different variations of in the blue family. So we're definitely seeing blue, and sometimes we're seeing some blacks. And what's interesting is that we are still seeing a lot of the trend where you have the different color of cabinetry on the perimeter versus the color on the island. So that is still not going away and very popular. Talking about flooring, we just want to make a note here that Light oak floors and wider planks we have seen are a lot more prevalent. And the tendency was toward darker floors a few years ago, but today we're seeing definitely lighter, more natural color when it comes to the flooring. I'm sorry, going backwards instead of forwards. Here we go, countertops. So in reference to countertops, everybody has a real personal opinion about this, natural versus man-made. You really can't go wrong. It's just finding the right style, the right type of countertop that's going to work functionally and stylistically for your client. But just to cover some of the countertop materials, quartz is very popular and trending up. Granite, we're still seeing granite, but we're also seeing that not as popular as it was years ago. Synthetic stone, man-made countertops have been growing more and more in popularity. Basically, with the man-made products, you know, ease of use, ease of cleanability. We're seeing quartzite, a natural stone that's becoming more and more popular in luxury kitchens. Marble countertops are definitely a classic, and it's a great workspace for baking too. Again, it all depends on the budget, the style, and the function, but these are definitely questions to discuss just about your countertops with your client, how they want to use it, if they want to take care of it, how they, you know, the maintenance of it, and so on. Now, solid stone countertops are definitely seeing matching backsplashes becoming more popular, like shown here, where the marble countertop goes right into the backsplash using the same material. This has been a very popular trend, and you can really do this with a variety of different types of materials, but just to point that out, in this backsplash where it goes right from the countertop to the backsplash using the same type of material. Now, this is a different case study where we're just seeing a different picture of that outdoor kitchen I was talking to you about previously. Just to mention, this is from Belize. I know you're thinking, well, I don't know if I would have an outdoor kitchen like this, looking like this in the DC metro market, but why not? This could be in Belize or it could be in Northern Virginia. It is an amazing space, but it's really offering that outdoor living comfort right outside of your home, expanding the home, and adding all of the great amenities that are indoors to the outdoors. Something else to just mention is that we're seeing in this photo stainless steel cabinets. There are a variety of different cabinets that are made for the outdoors, but they actually will look like your indoor cabinets. So that is something to definitely talk about if you want to have a great way to just move right from the indoors to the outdoors, utilizing the same look of cabinetry. Now, this is a winning kitchen from St. Paul, Minnesota. And this is definitely more traditional, but what I want to show here is that no matter the size of the kitchen, you still want to incorporate some type of island, some type of prep area, workspace, like with this centerpiece here, whether it's for prepping, it's for entertaining, utilizing that space is going to be key when you're having guests over. And I just want to also point out there's a lot of wood here, but the stainless steel appliances still look beautiful in this space. Now, this design contest judge is quoted saying here about this project, the project unwaveringly follows the designer's intent to strike a balance between the period detailing and the youthful sensibility, resulting in what the designer called a wooden jewel box. Now, this is a really cool area because I just want to go back to this slide so you can see one aspect of the kitchen. And then this is the other side of it with this eat-in area, little kitchenette area, beverage area, built-in coffee area. So totally outside of the kitchen, but right next to it, making it very convenient for guests to enjoy their beverages over here without getting into the way of anyone cooking. Now, this is a project in Australia, in Sydney, Australia. And I want to just note here that sometimes the different materials and different hardware are going to be definitely different from around the world. This is a very unique kitchen. You know, we don't typically see the base of the cabinetry looking like furniture here with the legs at the bottom underneath the refrigeration products. But I just want to point that out that this is from Australia, but why not? You could do it in DC. Very unique angles, hidden appliances. There's literally one handle in this entire kitchen, as you can see on that one appliance door. It's really just very simplistic, contemporary at its best. Now we're going to touch briefly on our universal design trends because I did an entire CEU on that yesterday. And I know some of you were on that yesterday, so I won't go over that in detail. And then we'll give a more focus to end this course with cooking and refrigeration trends. The trend toward making homes more accessible to all ages and abilities are continuing to grow. Some 90% of people age 65 and over prefer to stay in their own homes as they age rather than going to a nursing home or an assisted living facility. We really need to consider designing for all. Universal design. We need to consider designing for all mental and physical challenges for all ages. And this is something to definitely talk to your clients about, whether you're talking about for the homeowner and or visitors.
Amy,
Yes.
we have a question. Did you see Connie's question? Are the
No.
electrical requirements different for the outdoor appliances?
Okay, so first of all, I had mentioned that I was going to do all my questions at the end, if that was okay. But now that you brought it up, what was the question about electrical?
Are the electrical requirements different for the outdoor appliances?
Yes. So typically, every manufacturer will have different electrical requirements because it could be different, you know, whether it's an indoor product, an outdoor product. A lot of times you'll have manufacturers that require 15 amp or 30 amp dedicated circuit, but every manufacturer will provide that information. And that is very important to know for planning purposes to make sure that there's enough electrical inside and or outside to supply whatever is needed for those appliances. Hope that helps. Do you want to ask me any questions about anything else right now or go to the end?
Why don't you just go ahead? I missed what you had told them that, so go to the end. There are several questions though, so we can just go through them at the end if you'd like.
I would, yeah, because
Okay.
sometimes I just,
no problem.
We might cover it. Yep. But I will promise to cover everything at the end. Thank you, Debbie.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I also want to talk about some different features about accessible kitchens, just making sure that you have those open floor plans to allow for easy navigation for any wheelchairs or walkers. Under-counter appliances are absolutely important with anyone in a wheelchair. Keep in mind those faucets that they have easy levers or nowadays no levers at all with the touch-free faucets that you can use, sensor faucets, sensor lighting. So we want to make sure that we are creating a space for everybody. You always want to think about all of the heights of everybody in the home and all of their needs. and making sure that you are accommodating to making sure that everybody feels comfortable and independent in that accessible universal kitchen. And here, it didn't pop up until now, but this is what I just said. So making sure you have these types of products in those accessible kitchens are key. And lighting is very, very important component. Now we are going to spend the rest of the time talking about cooking and refrigeration trends, and then I will definitely have time for all of your great questions and comments at the end. Looking forward to that. So David Armour is an architect that is quoted saying here, on the appliance front, there's a strong trend toward more specialized appliances like steam ovens, built-in coffee machines, wine refrigerators, and the enduring look of a stainless steel finish is always very popular. We are going to talk about a variety of different appliances here, and keep in mind that your clients maybe have never even heard of some of these appliances. They may not know that a steam oven's available or a built-in coffee machine. And it's up to you, not necessarily to know every detail about every appliance, but definitely knowing where to send your clients so that they can learn about their appliance options is going to be key. Remember, the appliances are chosen first and you design around them. Now let's talk about cooking appliances. In this small kitchen space, you have a small L shape here. And what we see here is actually oven, a steam oven, I'm sorry, this is a microwave convection oven, a steam oven, a built-in coffee system. Underneath, you have refrigeration and freezer drawers. You have an induction cooktop here. This is a downdraft that will elevate behind while in use. And the point of this is to show you that in this very small kitchen, there are a lot of appliances. So it really doesn't matter the size or the space, depending on their cooking needs, depending on what they are interested in. You can really maximize a space just like this small area with all of these great cooking appliances for a variety of different ways to cook. And I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail about induction and steam. So induction, very popular in Europe for many years, and we are seeing it becoming more and more popular locally. What do clients love about induction? Easier to clean. How would you like to tell your client that they can put a paper towel down on the cooking surface, put a pot or pan on it, and then wipe it up? They can actually cook on a paper towel and not have to worry about anything burning onto the surface, because unlike electric, it burns on the surface. With electric, it's heating the surface. With induction, it's heating the pot or pan. The pot or pan has to be magnetic. If you can stick a magnet to the bottom of the pot or pan, it will work. It heats only the pot or pan, nothing surrounding it. Very safe. It's an instant hot. It's very precise. It cools down very quickly. It really is so precise that when you even do something as simple as making rice, you boil the water, cover, simmer. How many times do you go to simmer? It's still boiling. You have to pull it off the burner. It is now boiling over. You do not have this with induction. This also, I want to point out here that this is a gas cooking surface with an induction cooktop next to it. And what's important to know about this is that really your client can create any cooking surface that they want and make it very easy for them depending on their cooking needs. I will mention that seeing this in person, induction, if people are not aware of how it works, is really very important. Now, convection steam ovens, really, really popular, and some people have heard of it. Some people have no idea what this means, but this is an amazing appliance because you can do so much in this. I actually worked with someone recently that told me that she got rid of her countertop steamer, her countertop crock pot. She even got rid of her microwave, and then just bought this for all of those reasons. You can reheat food and bring it back to its original texture and consistency. You can defrost food in a very healthy and natural environment. You can keep food warm in here. Steaming, you just think of it like steaming vegetables or seafood, but steaming is boiling water. So you could hard boil eggs in here. Less pots and pans you have to clean up. You could, instead of in the crock pot all day making ribs, you can put ribs in here, and in about 2 hours, they're falling off the bone in here. The possibilities are endless. And this is another item, if your clients are wanting to learn about more about this, definitely seeing it in person will be a key point. Now, coffee systems. If you have somebody who, coffee, it seems like coffee and wine are very, very popular to a lot of people these days. And I know me personally, I cannot survive without coffee. So a lot of people aren't even aware that manufacturers make built-in coffee systems. Some may require plumbing, some may not. Oh, speaking of plumbing, some steam ovens require plumbing and some do not as well. So make sure you're checking with the manufacturer about that. And going back to the coffee system, it's really a real luxury appliance to maybe bring up to your client, because you can make 1 cup, you can make all different types of coffee, cappuccinos, lattes. You have somebody who likes mild coffee, dark coffee. This also could be great for instant hot water. So keep that in mind as well for an entire beverage system. Now, beverage and wine storage, touched base on that just to show you there are a lot of options that could be small under counter, some tall options. It could be stainless steel or cabinetry fronts. And keep in mind that, oh, sorry about that, that when you're storing wine, having complete control over the temperature and humidity for reds and whites is very important. And more people are buying nice wine, even if they're not buying nice wine, inexpensive or expensive. You want it to taste good. You want it stored properly. This is great. A couple of years ago, I worked with somebody who built an entire wine cellar, but they still wanted to have something right in the kitchen dining room area readily available to grab the wine and beverages for their guests. So definitely great for entertaining, and definitely keeping it out of that cooking area outside on the perimeter for somebody to just help themselves to a beverage is definitely going to be key in the design. Integrated appliances, we're definitely seeing more and more of these with different manufacturers having fully integrated appliances with the cabinetry hiding the appliances behind the doors. You never know if it's refrigeration or not. Maybe this is refrigeration up here, maybe it's not, maybe it's just the drawers, but these are definitely becoming more and more popular so that they can, just design however they want it to look in their home, whether they want it hidden or not. And kitchen functionality is definitely expanding beyond the kitchen. This is a beautiful master suite with a sitting area where you can enjoy a beverage with that built-in coffee system. Actually has an under-counter refrigerator hiding here. Why would anyone want to leave their bedroom to have to go down to the kitchen to make a cup of coffee when you could sit right here? But this is definitely something to think about when we're talking about beyond the kitchen. Master suites, we are seeing these beverage areas in dining rooms, family rooms, sitting areas. So of course, basements for different theater rooms. So definitely consider these appliances to be outside of the kitchen for your clients as well. We have covered all of these objectives when we're talking about the luxury kitchens and emerging design trends. And I want to just conclude by saying thank you. I want to tell you that I hope you are going to be inspired by this course to think of some new ideas to share with your clients and to maybe bring to light some different ideas that you hadn't thought of, they are not aware of, and make sure that you're showing them different photos and images, and you can really say this, sky's the limit and the possibilities are endless. And I am going to now go back to sharing my video so you can see my face. I'm still alive and well. And I'm going to go to our chat area and see what's going on here. So, yes, stunning pictures. Do they rent out the farm? I don't think that they do. I think that's somebody's personal home, but it was amazing. We did get the question about the electrical requirements. And again, every manufacturer will supply electrical requirements, whether it's for indoor or outdoor appliances. So just make sure you are always checking on that when you are, before you're even designing, because maybe they need more amps, maybe they need a new panel. Definitely have the electrical checked out before selection and purchasing those appliances. Is induction noisy? We're getting this question where sometimes it's noisy. First of all, I want to say that it shouldn't be noisy because you should be using ventilation, and the ventilation is probably a little bit more noisy than the induction because the fan is on. Sometimes you will hear a little humming, a little buzzing, and that is normal. But some people, it could annoy them. They should definitely listen to it before they purchase it. But like I said, if they have the fan on, even on low for ventilation, that should be a non-issue. I'm getting a lot of comments where people love the projects and information. So thank you for sharing that. And if anybody else has a question, I have a few more minutes here. And the floor is open, whether you want to comment or question. And I'm also going to put my email in here, which I know a lot of you have, and my direct cell phone. You are welcome to call or email me anytime if I can be of any help. We do have a showroom in Columbia, Maryland. We have a live induction cooktop. We have a live steam oven. If you want to see it, if you want your clients to see it, the cooking demonstrations we have with our chef are amazing. Connie, thanks for sharing. The convection steam oven is awesome. She saw it at a cooking demo and she wants one. You can have one, Connie. I want one too, but I don't have one yet. But it is amazing. It's amazing what you can do with those convection steam ovens. Our Wolf steam oven, no plumbing required. You just fill a little reservoir and it's very easy to use and take care of. So I think there's no more. What'd you say, Deb? Were you talking to me? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we will be getting it out to everybody who signed up and recorded, so it will be used with Teams. So I think that's even better. Yeah.
You want to mute, Debbie? Because I hear Angela. Thanks. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have some new ideas for your new projects. And I want to just wait, do I have a hand here? Are you saying hi? Okay. So
no, I'm clapping.
I didn't know what the emoji was. Either a hi.
It's a clap.